I don't know about you, but I want to live an honorable life. I hope that I can be respected in the choices that I make and the words that I speak, with the actions that I do. We all want to live lives of honor. And so we're talking about living an honorable life this season of Lent. If you missed our message from today, Pastor Chad has given a great message. Today it'll be online at our midweek Lent service in person if you want to come and join us at 11 o'clock and 7 o'clock. But right now in this moment, I want to meditate with you on honoring God with our mouth. With the words that we speak. And I want to share a couple scriptures with you. A lot of them come from the book of Proverbs, but the first one is Proverbs 21, verse 23. Whosoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Right? Think about that. Our words and keeping our words intact. Right? So oftentimes we speak a word, it's like, oh, I wish I didn't say that. James chapter 3, verse 5, we hear this. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. Right? The power of our words, having an honorable mouth. James also says this, if you claim to be religious but don't control your tongue, you are fooling yourself and your religion is worthless. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 18, even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is deemed intelligent. Think about that. Titus, we hear this from Paul, to speak evil of no one, to avoid quarreling, to be gentle, and to show perfect courtesy to all people with your tongue. Psalm 34, verse 13, keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth, but only that which is good for building up as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. Right? And Jesus said, right, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. Right? Honoring God with our mouth. So I don't know, right? Certainly if people have said things to you that are hurtful, right, what do we do with that? Right? We take it to God. We give grace. We give mercy. Right? We certainly need to tell people, hey, that offended me. And certainly the words that come out of our mouth, right? That's the responsibility here for you and for me today. Right? How are we choosing our words? Are we choosing wise words? Are we thinking before we are speaking? Are we letting God into our hearts? Right? So that the overflow of our hearts, right? Our mouth speaks, and it speaks encouraging words. Right? It speaks wise words. We all want that. And so for you and for me, what we need to do is we need to allow God's word, His word, right? His mouth, what He has spoken, what He has uttered from ages past into our hearts, so that at the overflow of our heart, our mouths will speak. We need to let God's word into our hearts. So we're called to honor God with our mouths. Certainly, I always think when I do a message like this, soap in my mouth. When I was a kid, I remember my aunt Cher, my godmother, did it to me a couple times. Right? Certainly we need to apologize, confess to God, confess to others. I'm sorry for the words that I spoke. I wish I didn't say those. And certainly, right, you and I, we need to deal with it when we hear people speaking unkindly, when we hear people swearing, right? What do we do? How do we respond to that? And for us as parents and grandparents, right, how do we teach our kids, right, how to use words wisely and that words really matter? Words do matter. And today I hope that we'll honor God with our mouths as we move forward together in faith, hope, and love. Be blessed, and remember that you are blessed to be a blessing.